We're back. We're back.
Tuesday.
Can't
Can't
wait.
wait for the gotta get the chat to fill in. Oh,
Come on, chat.
my boy Gary Russo in the chat. Can't wait for the recap.
Oh,
Oh, it's gonna be absolutely electric.
I like that Garrett guy.
Great last name. So, gentlemen, I
Or
mean, it's a
that-
long time since you guys have been on the pod.
Yep.
So, just maybe to start, brief. What do we think about this Lane Kiffin hire? I think the last time y'all were on was after we fired BK, so it's been a minute.
Go ahead, Oak.
I mean, I'm a 10 out of 10. I mean, I
That's what we said.
I think the excitement level hasn't been this good at LSU since 2019. And I'm not even like bullshitting that.
Right.
I mean, from him being a perfect fit, like just fitting the culture, fitting that kind of talk shit mentality. I mean, I and how it's played out with everyone just kind of hating on us and everything. I mean, I think it's the perfect scenario that LSU needs. I mean, clearly he came in and, when he was doing that press conference, I don't know about you guys, but I got fired up when he was saying he drove by the stadium and he said he knew right away this ain't Oxford anymore.
Definitely in a high school stadium.
And the little cherry on top is we basically just went to Ole Miss and said, you're not LSU and you'll never be LSU.
Yeah.
So sit down, little bro. We'll take your coach. So to even get a stick it to Ole Miss as well was just a plus. But I mean, I think
and Florida, we stuck into Florida just as good almost.
Lockers, 2 lockers. Now I've just been victory lapping any Ole Miss fan I see. Finally got to see a lot of our Ole Miss friends. Oh, it's been a great time. Victory lapping, saying, "Oh, cute little playoff season. I'll take your coach." And I hope our coaches sabotage them on the inside and just get in the ears of all these kids and take all the kids. And I expect a lot of bubble screens from Ole Miss in this playoff.
They're going to be running the Joe Sloan offense. Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Implement the Sloan.
Everyone but Lane Kiffin go back and coach. And, if you think they're not having conversations while they're there, you're so naive. I love it. It came out today that, they all have signed contracts and they all have, big buyouts. So this little narrative Ole Miss is pushing, we're going to convince them to stay. Absolutely not. There's 0% chance of that happening. But, yeah, we're going to go in. I think we're going to take a few of their best players. And I think that'll be the most glorious moment. When that portal opens up and it's Chambliss hitting the portal. It's Kawan Lacey, and you already know where they're going. The melt will continue from Ole Miss fans.
And I mean, I feel like it's a no-brainer, for them. Obviously, I'm sure they like their teammates and stuff, but, branding-wise, would you rather play at LSU or Ole Miss? The only reason those guys went there is because of Lane. So, I don't see them wanting to stay after the fact.
I mean, honestly, most of their best players weren't these super high-profile guys. Obviously, it's been beat to death, but Chambliss was D2 at Ferris State. Kawan Lacey was didn't play at Missouri at all, basically. They poached him, so yeah. I think they're going to want to get paid. Probably a good segue into the signing day recap, which, I thought after that Lane Kiffin press conference, it was all going to be smelling the roses. We're going to be in for a nice, smooth off season, and then bang. Those couple days of leading up to and in signing day was almost as stressful as the week leading into Lane Kiffin with, most of our recruits holding us hostage at the last second and potentially a certain coach, Frank Wilson, potentially rumored to be holding recruits hostage. So, I mean, what was going through your mind when, I'm trying to remember what day it was, but maybe it was over the weekend or something. Yeah.
I think it was the day after the press conference, right?
Yeah, where all of a sudden it's I'm Big Rich isn't going to sign, and
I saw
Lamar Brown's not going to sign. Deuce Gerald's not going to sign.
Yeah, I saw the Longhorns trending on Big Rich, and I was like, I've seen the writings on this wall too many times. I was like, I chalked him up as gone, and I was like, oh, Deuce Gerald. I was like, my guy Deuce, and it was just like, what are you doing? Why are you trying to hold out? But then this old Frank Wilson holding kids hostage, basically, it sounded like that might have been not the case at all, but at the time I thought the world was done. in my all honesty. But
Yeah, I'd have to agree with Booty. It was like amazing. You know what I mean? Like we're feeling on top of the world. Just had that killer press conference, and then it felt like everything was falling apart. Like everyone had said they were staying, and then they flipped the next day, and everybody was kind of getting cold feet. And I was really worried about like our D line because like I mean I knew we would get offensive guys. I felt like still, but just like our D line not being 100% there, and I think like not knowing what was happening with Blake Baker played a part, but
For sure.
it was definitely nerve wracking. But I'm glad, unlike BK, Lane Kiffin, get up about 4 in the morning, post a nice Instagram story, a little motivation to start the day. He's actually working, put in
He's
that
so-
work.
yeah, I saw him post a video. He always posts a picture of our training facilities, got the trophies and everything. He posted a video of our little robot line maker. I was like, they must have been running a third world operation over there in Oxford.
Oh,
But
dude,
he's
I
impressed
saw
by the-
Ole Miss
the
people on Twitter
striper.
quote tweeting that, saying like, "This is actually really sad. That meant that was someone's job before they let go." Like, dude, how pathetic are you guys, dude? Like, it's getting to a point where it's embarrassing. But yeah, I agree with you, Hogue. I think the uncertainty with Blake Baker certainly I don't think was helping things. Super happy that got smoothed out, and we put another school in the locker, Tulane.
Yep.
We have just
our
been
defense-
bodying schools.
God, I would have loved to be in that room, just hearing that conversation with Blake. And apparently, we need to shout out Mrs. Baker. Apparently, she was Miss Baker. Miss Baker played a big part.
I ain't fucking moving again.
Yeah, but man, I mean, I think my thought process on it the whole time was like, obviously, he wants to be a head coach. Like you could tell that's why he was itching for those jobs. But he has to know too, like, hey, you accomplish what you can accomplish at LSU. Like, I mean, damn near even if we don't get to a natty, but we're finish top 4, and his defense is elite. Like, he's gonna get a power 4 job. So it's like, do you wait 2 or 3 years at LSU, where you're not being scrutinized every play like you are as the head coach, and potentially get a P4 job, or do you go to Tulane, have to be successful there, and get a P4 job?
Right.
So. And I think one thing that could have been a selling point. I mean, I'm just kind of, speculating here, but you know how Lane Kiffin had mentioned, like, hey, like I learned how to create my best offense because I was going against Pete Carroll and Nick Saban, some of the 2 best defensive masterminds. Like that could have been a conversation they had too. Like, hey, you're gonna learn how to be a better defensive coordinator going against my offense every day, which is a good selling point, I would say. But
no, yeah. That is a great point. And I agree with you. Like, it seemed like the family definitely had a lot to do with this. So I think he was at LSU in 21. Obviously, Brian Kelly clears house. Then he goes to Mizzou 22, 23. So comes back to LSU 24, 25. And then it's now to be like, okay, now I'm going to take the head job at Tulane, where, like, yeah, he played there, but Tulane is like the ultimate stepping stone job. So even if he goes there, the hope would be, and I think he even said this today in like his interview with Hester and Flynn, like the hope was I was going to be there like 2 or 3 years, be successful, and then get another job. It's just like brutal on the family. But I think him staying at LSU is huge because I think it could be multiple years he stays here. Because the amount of jobs in the SEC that came open this year, I'm trying to look like, I think maybe South Carolina could be open next year. But if he really wants to be picky and choosy, I would tell him that. Why would you take the South Carolina job? Like, only Steve Spurrier has really done well there. So there's potential. I mean, we could have him 2-3 years.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like, that was another thing, right? Like, speaking of like worrying, it was like, oh, Blake Baker's staying, and then oh no, he's not.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's actually taking the Tulane job. Oh wait, while they're playing, no, he's not.
Yeah.
So I feel like that like summed up the entire week of just like nobody really knew what was happening. A lot of like commitments saying like, hey, it is gonna go this way, then it's not. Like a lot of thing was like turning on its head pretty quickly. But I mean, I don't know about how you felt, but I felt like we got through that week about as good as we could based off that Tuesday.
All right, we got a chat from our boy Garrett Russo. It's a great name, by the way. Clemson Week 1 Death Valley is going to be making a lot of buzz tear up on a Saturday night. I mean, can you imagine the scenes Week 1 if we just like beat the dog piss out of Clemson. I mean, you might have some men in that stands crying tears of joy.
Oh my God! If that offense is flying and we do that big walkout and the
Dude,
fireworks are popping and
the walkout is going to
if
be
I see a
so
clipboard
electric.
oh my God! If I see a
Yeah.
clipboard fly in the air from
And I don't
a Kiffin big play. Oh.
And I don't know about you guys, but like I feel like it's not gonna really set in that he's our coach until I see him walk out with that visor. We'll be in the Bahamas with visors on.
Oh yeah, the Purple Mafia will be
The
overseas
boys are
at
buying
this
visors.
time. But yeah, cannot wait for that.
Yeah. No, I mean honestly, like what a like awesome way. I mean, like that's probably the biggest opening game at LSU, and I mean that's been a while, like since we've had a home opening game.
for sure. Yeah, I guess man, we're always playing at these stupid neutral sites that like aren't that close to Baton
Top
Rouge.
10 teams and neutral sites that are really closer to the other team.
Man, I will
Florida
say.
Okay.
We'll say it will be nice not to like have the whole off season talking about week one. I mean, like obviously we want to win the game, but it's not gonna be the whole narrative this year.
We
too,
can
which will
retire
be nice.
the 1-0 narrative, which will be fantastic. That was a big hump they got over because I feel like that. You're right. It would still be like a huge monkey on our backs that we lost to Clemson this year. It'd still be like, hey, even with Lane Kiffin, are we cursed?
Yeah.
Oh man,
exactly.
my boy, gold standard. Show us some love. You three versus Coach O. Who wins, man? Probably Coach O's gonna beat our ass.
Dude, Booty's gonna try to get him with the food bows.
Yeah, hey, Booty is a former wrestler.
Yeah, I don't know. He has more grit than me, honestly.
Booty can land. If Booty can land one of those surprise bows, we might have a shot.
We got sharp bows around here.
We got a shot with Coach O. If we catch him lacking, catch him after a good day on the beach drinking, we might be able to take him.
Yeah, we need a strategy going in for sure.
Get it through Red Bulls to distract him.
Yeah.
Just toss him out.
Hey, talking about Coach O, that's probably a good way to transition into. So obviously it's come out today that this D-line coach that, from Syracuse and A&M that we were supposed to be getting now is maybe getting cold feet. And a lot to unpack there. It hasn't quite come out in the official details, but it does seem like he won't be the LSU D-line coach. I know that Nebraska and Penn State were talking to him, and just people in the comments are all saying Nebraska. So I know he worked with Matt Rule before. It's still strange to me why you would go to that situation over LSU, but it does leave the door wide open for Coach O, which is, I think, who a majority of the fan base wanted in the first place. And I know, at least when I heard that we were hiring, I think his name's like Elijah Robertson, and I was a little disappointed because the dream was always get Kiffin, get Coach O. But it leaves the door wide open.
That would be great.
And I mean, who knows, like, if Kiffin could have brought in Coach O right away, you know what I mean? Because obviously there was a lot of drama when he was here, but I feel like this could be opening the door, man. It's like, hey, I try to get my number one guy, didn't get him. Coach O's also like throwing his name out for like every head coaching job, and like nobody's biting. So
yeah,
I mean, like, I'd love to see it. I mean, could you imagine the juice for just like another week if we get Coach O? It's just,
oh my God.
He also And I mean, he also built like his media brand a lot too. Like when he got fired, because obviously everyone knew him after that. But like, I mean, I think it would be good just overall. But I think it's kind of the back end on LSU to see if they would actually approve it.
Yeah, and I don't know what's going on with Elijah Robinson here. Like maybe he's getting a defensive coordinator job, maybe at one of these other programs instead of a D-line coach. But regardless, if we get Coach O over there, just imagine a Blake Baker, Lane Kiffin, Coach O walk down parade coming. It would just be set up perfect. I think he would. I think the players would buy in, honestly, and I just want the momentum. That's all I want is momentum. Yeah. That's all I want.
100%. Man, our boy Matt Johnson, who's been spamming nothing but hateful messages in the chat, finally came with one that wasn't. Max Johnson in the transfer portal, LSU legend. I'll never forget when I was at the house watching us get our ass kicked by UCLA, and he did that no look behind the back pass, lefty.
Yeah,
Good
that'll
boy.
be a play
Best
that
of luck
was
to him.
that'll be a play ingrained in my memory at the Rose Bowl and see Max
Yeah,
Johnson
y'all were
just go.
there.
Honestly,
Yeah.
Matt Johnson, y'all could probably use him there at Ole Miss.
Yeah, hey, yeah. Matt Johnson is like a bandwagon Ole Miss fan, but probably be hopping off, getting on LSU next year if I had to guess.
Yeah, that's what I would think. That's what everybody else is doing.
If you could choose one dream transfer QB, who would it be and why? Ooh, that's tough. I think I've been on Chambliss the whole time just because, like, I already know exactly what he can do in the offense. But
I've seen
that Bailey guy from NC State, I was watching his highlights today. I mean, he looks pretty damn good. I'd take him, or Levitt. That's already been thrown out there.
Yeah. Seen a lot of Levitt recently.
Yeah. I feel like Levitt is kind of putting his name out there potentially, and I don't know. I feel like he would fit. I feel like he would fit though the style of offense. He kind of reminds me of Jackson Dart a little bit, kind of like a runner, like down north-south runner. Also, like sling the rock around a little bit.
I don't know. Would y'all rather a senior or a junior that's only got a year or two left of eligibility, or would y'all rather a freshman or a freshman transfer, a redshirt freshman or something, in there like a Deuce Knight or he's not a redshirt, but Kamario Taylor from State or one of those kind of prospects, highly ranked out of high school and have them for 3-4 years at LSU.
It's tough. Like I'd take Chambliss just because, even though he only had 1 year and it's still up in the air if he even gets that. Just because, like I said, he knows the system. But yeah, preferably you would like a guy that could come back for multiple years. And the thing with Levitt is, I don't know if he's will be a senior next year or be redshirted at some point, but I'm sure he's going to be a highly touted draft prospect. I know he was coming into this year and then he got injured, so you probably only get him for 1 year. Dan's saying look up the Old Dominion QB. I'm not too familiar with him. I'll have to look at it. That Drew Mestamaker guy from UNT, it sounds like it's not really necessarily a done deal. He follows his coach at Oklahoma State. So, I mean, there's a lot of guys that are going to be options.
Yeah. And we have the money and we have the pick of the litter, too.
I feel like the only thing is, I feel like we kind of need to get an established guy just because we have nobody on our roster that, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not confident seeing MVB start game 1 versus Clemson next season.
Oh, man. I'm already seeing the push from certain people in the fan base being like, we haven't seen what Van Buren can be like under Lane Kiffin's. Man, I'm not trying to see that. There are definitely better options out there.
That pick versus Oklahoma is all I needed to see from MVB.
Wasn't even the worst. There was times where he would zip a pass into good tight coverage. Good throw, and the next thing you know, he throws a dying duck like it's going into the wind, and not the arm talent I'm looking for as my LSU quarterback. My opinion.
Yeah, but he's had some tough moments, and I feel like no one looked good in the offense this year. But man, when he came out of state, he had some really good moments for them, against really good teams. You would think they're worse than us. So,
I mean, who knows?
The Joe offense system, man. I feel bad for these Kentucky fans. They have no idea what they're in for.
The worst. All right.
We play at Kentucky next year too. Huh. That'll be fun.
Joe Sloan revenge game. Yeah. I'm liking the defense's chances in that one.
I'll tell you one thing. Take the under.
Well, hey, we could cover the over by ourselves with this Kiffin offense.
Sure.
Find Heisman and Haystacks at Matthew. That's a great point, Russo. That is a great point.
I mean, we found 2. We have found 2 in the transfer portal.
Yeah.
We know what we're doing. We Coach Show, feed them some crawfish. They'll come right over.
Bro, man, we need good transfer receivers. Yeah. And we need to get Cortez as well. Yeah. It's already pretty much official. He'll be back, but disgrace what he did with the money he was allocated for with these transfers.
We need a little bit better talent talent watch over there on these transfers because I don't even think it was a talent issue. It might have just all been. We can honestly blame it all on Sloan if we want to, but
I'm cool with
I
spreading
think
the blame on everyone.
that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that too.
I
The
think it was
coaches, the players,
Nick Anderson,
front
Bauer
office.
Sharp.
don't even get me
An
started on
interesting
Bauer
one.
Sharp.
Like, he might be my most disappointing player, like that we got out the portal because like Marion Brown was disappointing, but because of his drops, I wonder if like he was actually in a good offense if he would have done a lot better. Nick Anderson, man, he caught that one deflection off of Sage Ryan in the Ole Miss game. But dude, other than that, he did nothing. And I want to be nice and be like, he's coming off an ACL, so it can take guys a while. But man, we dropped a bag. I heard for him, and just that money could have been 2 guards that we could have started on our offensive line.
Yeah, I mean, do you think is he still have eligibility for one more year?
Yeah, I think he's got 2 years left because I think he went off as a freshman at OU, and then I think beginning of last year he tore his ACL, so I think he gets a medical redshirt for that. So I think he's got. I mean, hey, college these days you could play for 10 fucking years, so he could be here a while if he really wanted to be. But
Yeah.
I could see him being in the portal for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't blame him.
Not getting a lot of fans
at this point.
He's not the
Definitely
most
not.
popular guy amongst the fan base.
Getting outcoached by Chris Hilton. We know that.
Man, don't even
We'll
get started with Chris Hilton.
We'll leave Chris Hilton alone for the time being. You guys see any tailbacks worth looking at in the portal? I mean, Kawan Lacey, that's who I want. It remains to be seen if he'll be in the portal. I know that Texas guy just got in, CJ Baxter, who's the 5-star. I think it's all going to come down to if Durham hits the portal or not, because I feel good about Harlem Berry, and I feel like, he's going to be back, and he's going to play a lot. So, if Durham leaves, you're going to need another guy to supplement him, maybe more of a power back. I'm not too keen on
Jawan.
Well, I wasn't even going to go there. I was going to go someone lower down the pool. Caleb Jackson.
Caleb Jackson, dude. Is he still on the team?
He has some real hardcore supporters in the LSU fan base. It's like, man, I know he had that great play against Mississippi State, but I've seen enough. So I think, you probably will be looking at a back.
Who's the guy that went to Southern?
Trey Holly.
Trey Holly, man.
Trey Holly.
He's been
He's been
subtweeting, dropping the
on
eye
Twitter.
emoji. Yeah, I don't know. It's like what's going on, JT Lindsay?
Yeah. Who knows?
I think a big problem for Frank Wilson in this class not being able to get a running back is his last 2 have been involved in murder. So, I can see why maybe people are going to do the wait and see approach with him.
Reoccurring theme.
Yeah.
Get Malachi Hughes from Oregon, possibly.
Sorry, Matt Johnson, 7564. We don't give precedent to Ole Miss fans in this chat, so we'll try to work in.
Yeah. Don't worry about a coach or something.
Yeah.
I think you said it right.
Man, Ethan Stock, you got to join the live on time, man. We already discussed.
Yeah, I think you said it right, though. I think, running backs all comes down to Durham, which, do you see him leaving?
He's got an LSU tattoo.
Yeah, he's got that Tiger
I
tattoo.
could see him leaving, man.
I mean,
if Kawan Lacey comes,
for
someone's
sure
going to leave, and I have a hard time believing they're going to let it be
Barry.
Harlem Berry.
Yeah, I would rather Barry. You're asking, I think, anyone at LSU. We're picking Barry over Durham. Durham's another weird one. It's like he's showed flashes, but it's just like every other offensive player at LSU the last few years, hasn't quite lived up to the expectations.
I feel like he's also, they don't like to use him in certain scenarios for, pass blocking either, just because he's so small. He is very small for a running back.
Yeah. Speaking of blocking, I've seen a couple waves. Arizona State guy, potential line.
Yep.
Then we can get in the portal. So I got to imagine we're going to be looking at the portal for O-linemen after the season we saw. Bunch of turnstiles.
What do y'all think of our new O-line coach?
People complaining about him. You don't know till you get him, right? I know he's a good recruiter. My thing is, if he was at Bama, if Nick Saban hired him, I'll take it. And I know Kentucky fans would be like, "Oh, he's terrible, man." It's fucking Kentucky. It's like,
They also hired Joe Brown.
yeah, it's like what are you supposed to do? You're working with bottom barrel talent, so
And I was looking
look,
back.
it can only get better than Brad Davis.
Yeah, and I was looking at like when he was at Bama. Like apparently, kind of the narrative was with him is like he was good at actually developing. Like their team was like their O line was terrible,
Yeah,
and they were averaging around close to 200 yards rushing a game under him. So it's like he kind of took what he had and made something of it. And like you said, if Nick Saban's willing to hire him, like obviously he's not, he's competent enough. And I think anybody is more competent than Brad Davis, even though we have these and all these former LSU players tweeting out telling them not to fire him. But I mean, he, we had the worst O line in LSU history this year, I think.
Oh, I mean, I think this is safe to say this is the worst offense in LSU history, at least as I've seen. Appreciate you, Dan.
Shout out, Dan.
Thanks, Dan. Love the support.
We appreciate the support. We'll have to get you and the gold standard back on.
Three-headed snake.
But yeah, I mean, if people are saying Davis should come back, I mean, it just shows you maybe how little the whatever former players were saying that know. Because I mean, I don't think there's a more deserving coach to be fired in the country. I mean, maybe Cortez Hankton is up there with him. Like for me, I would like to see them both fired before the bowl game, even though there's no reason to do that. It's just they've been that bad at their job.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's like, obviously they're not going to be here, but it's like, when do they officially? You think they'll be officially fired after the bowl game?
Yeah, I think they're not even gonna say they're fired. It's just gonna be. I mean, they've already hired.
That's
people
what I
that are
mean.
replacing them, so the writing's on the wall. It's same with Frank. I think it's pretty safe to guess he's not going to be back, so we can get into that now. I'm not sure what was going on last week. Some pretty big LSU media people were basically alluding to the fact that he was holding some of these kids hostage for a job.
AKA Blake Graffito.
Yeah. It was him.
Our kids, and I'm so cold.
I feel like people aren't going to say that, though, unless there's some grain of truth to it. Now, is he literally holding them hostage? I doubt it, but I'm cool with Frank going. I've been saying the whole time, I think he's a bit overrated. I think as a running back coach, he's left a lot to be desired there. I mean, if he came back next year, every back from year 1 to year 2, I haven't seen any progression in the last several years. Durham definitely hasn't taken that step. Hogue, your boy, what was his name? Josh Williams. He kind of just was who he was.
my boy.
So I'm cool with him going. You know what? It pisses off the NOLA high school head coaches. So be it, man. If we win, we're not gonna have a problem pulling those kids out of NOLA like we have in the past. Where maybe you did need a Frank Wilson because Brian Kelly's team is so uninspiring that they don't want to come play for. I'm not worried about losing recruiting ties in NOLA.
Yeah. I agree, because I think you said it last time you were on, but if he was willing to take a job, as a recruiting analyst or head recruiter or something like that, I'd be fine with him staying. But as a running back coach, I think he's done his job, kind of subpar in my opinion. So for all I care, kick rocks.
Yeah, I was like, when we first started Lane Kiffin, I was like, hey, that's one of the key LSU guys you got to keep.
Yeah.
But kind of everything that people, y'all have alluded to as well, but just all the stuff with the recruiting, obviously, who knows if it's 100% true, but people don't just say that across multiple sources if there's not something going on.
Right.
As well as, I think if you look at it, I think you have to look at the whole offensive staff as hey, you guys completely failed, right? Frank, you were also head of recruiting for most of this entire operation when Brian Kelly was there, and that also failed. So,
Big time.
and for me also, it's just simple stuff. When you were watching the game, it would be Harley Bear would have like a 13-yard run, and it's like, oh no, we're gonna sub him off for Jawan Johnson, and it's like, what are we doing, man? Like, I think as a coach, he didn't perform, and I think the biggest gripe with him with Kiffin is Kiffin's basically saying, hey, I don't want you on the field anymore. Like, I'm fine with you being an off-field analyst, and it seems like Frank doesn't want to do that. So, like you guys said, like cool, he knows the NOLA people. Give us 1 year and we're good again. None of the NOLA coaches are gonna care who the LSU running back coach is at the end of the day.
And it's not like we got some bum walking in to replace him. I mean, if we get Kevin Smith from Ole Miss at UCF, he's like the 5th or 6th leading rusher all time in NCAA. Like, he's developed guys. That's something I haven't seen Frank Wilson do of late. And like Froman's saying here, just like Anthony, we're not pulling any of these guys out of state. We honestly have been used multiple times over the last 3 cycles just to get people's bags up, and it just ends up LSU fans get let down time and time again. So I was with you, Hope. When we hired Kiffin, I was like, let's keep Frank just so we could keep the recruiting class. But now that we've gone through the majority of the signings, I imagine the recruits kind of know the writings on the wall that he's not going to be back. So I'm honestly at this point hoping we get Kevin Smith, and that would be the perfect transition out of the Frank Wilson running back coach era.
Yeah, and I mean, as far as retention, obviously, Corey Raymond was huge. I think that was like besides Blake Baker, obviously, he was the number 1 guy. And like, you have to give it to Corey. That's probably the most developed team or developed position group on the team.
For sure.
Like, I think what speaks to him is PJ Woodland. Like, I remember like when he first got hired, it was like we had these guys like Stamps, and I forgot who else there was another corner at the time that was like previous recruits, and he immediately went and got PJ Woodland like a 3-star, and see how he's developed him. Like, obviously PJ Woodland's like not crazy good, but first year starting had a very good year for that.
Very serviceable. Yes.
Yeah, very very good for an LSU corner. So him staying was huge. Obviously, we have DJ Pickett coming back. That shout out. I think he might be a future Jim Thorpe guy. I mean, it's in the track record. He won Freshman Player of the Year too. So shout out to DJ. Gotta show love to the DB room. But yeah, I mean, and I think his recruiting strategy. I mean, it's kind of scary because he kind of goes after one guy that he thinks is like awesome.
Yeah.
And you're like, God, I hope.
6'2" and up and has really long arms. He's salivating over.
Yeah, and it's like he's all in on that one guy, and I mean it worked out. We got him for this recruiting class.
What I like
so
to Hankton and Frank Wilson with their respective positions is he closes. There's no like Finney that we've had. He's been committed for like over a year, and the only wavering he had on his commitment was he was just waiting to get the word that Raymond was going to be back. So. Yeah, Corey's probably the best assistant coach on staff.
2027, we already almost have the top 3 corner committed in out of Nevada. So like he's not committed officially, but we're trending towards him already. So he found his guy all the way in Nevada. Goes out to Florida, gets Pickett, goes to Nevada, goes get this guy coming up. Like he knows where to go find kid. He goes to California, gets Finney. He doesn't care. He doesn't discriminate. He's got a guy and he goes after.
Yeah. He and I think he was big on delaying in the portal last year, so I would anticipate we probably go after another type of guy like that with some experience. But I mean, he's the godfather of DBU. He knows exactly what he's looking for that fits, his room and his scheme. So, we can sleep good at night knowing he's back. He's had the years to build the room back up, and he's definitely not going anywhere unless we let him go. So that's great.
And I mean, like, honestly, if we roll out Woodland and Pickett next year, like I feel fine.
Yeah, and
I mean, CB-wise.
I'm guessing they're going to get another experienced corner on the portal.
Yeah,
I'd be shocked if they did with the money we have. So yeah, but even if not, I'll take it. And if Finney he's a reclassified guy, which I don't love. I feel like that never works out that great at the beginning, just because he's going to be like 17, but he obviously sees something in him. So
yeah. And I mean, like we had touched on, freaking Cortez Hankton. Literally, we had a 5-star in our state commit to Texas. You know what I mean? We can't even get the guys
Lockard,
in our state.
dude, yeah. We got to get Easton Royal, man. He is such a beast. But, like, I heard he has been a big LSU fan his whole life. And he committed, like, the day before Lane Kiffin got announced to LSU. So
Yeah.
I can see that flipping.
I don't mind him
And
pulling like a Tristan Keys and just going and get money from Texas and flipping LSU last minute.
A
Yeah,
reverse.
you don't want to go to. You don't want to go to Texas. I live right next to it. It smells over there, dude.
Dude, what was the last time they? Oh, I guess they did have like Xavier Worthy, but I don't know. If I'm a kid from Louisiana or genuinely anywhere I'm a receiver, why wouldn't you go to LSU? That's what frustrated me about Hank. That is, you have everything on your side to recruit him. We have the money. You have the prestige. Besides Ohio State, you can't go in any recruit's house and be like, this other school I'm going up against has a better pedigree of receiver than we do. But we'd still get locker shoved time and time again.
Yeah.
So, Booty, I know you got a lot of strong feelings about some of these guys in the class. Let's start. Who are some of your class favorites that we signed?
Number 1 class favorite, Deuce Gerald. So he's been my guy since way before he was even trending LSU. He's out of Georgia, broke the Georgia sack record. Actually, we saw him in high school line a lot on Wildcat and running back, and you can just tell he's an athlete. And he just looks like he has a step up on everybody. He's not playing slouches over there. It's not a LCA scenario. He's out there playing. And big schools like that. So I'm excited to see him. Speaking of, like Lamar Brown, obviously he's our top guy. I'm just interested to see. I think he might be better at offensive line than he is at defensive line. I hate to say it, but I really think that might be the case. I wouldn't mind down the line if it's not panning on defense and we can just flip him to left tackle and plug and play. That would be a great fit right there. And just to round that out, I'll finish up just wide receiver. I'm sad Kenny Darby left. He was one of my favorite prospects in that group. I saw some explosive play. Jabari Mack, don't want to hate on the kid, but my opinion, I think he runs flat-footed. A little flat-footed, but I'm liking what I'm seeing.
We'll work on it. He'll work on it.
These LCA kids don't usually pan out, but Braden Allen might have a little something there. So.
Yeah, he's got some nice highlights. Yeah, I'll give him that. Yeah, dude, Darby, that was my favorite guy.
Good kid.
It's just
good kid.
I get, coming in and the new staff doing their evals and whatever, but my thing is, like, man, we don't have this 40-person class like a lot of these other schools. Like, we're sitting pretty good in the 20s. Like, I think you could have just taken him. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I think he was fine coming in and competing for his spot. And I thought for sure when they pulled his offer that he was going to go to, like, Bama or A&M or something, because I remember, like, for a while we were all worried that he was, like, falling to Bama in the summer. But ends up at Kentucky. It's surprising. Good get for him, but I just hope Joe Sloan doesn't have anything to do with the play calling, or else he's not going to have much of a chance.
Yeah. And I think it's also just, like, the thing that sucks the most is Corey Barber also, like, taking him and he's right next to him, and it's like
literally
if Kenny Darby works out and Corey Barber doesn't, it's just gonna be like
it's gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt. But you gotta trust the new staff. One person that I think's like a little bit sneakier. I mean, not sneakier, but like someone that I really liked in the class that I think could potentially be a stud was Trenton Henderson. He kind of gives me like Arden Kiki Mingo vibes. Also, just like a fast DN that's just gonna rush the passer, which would be nice because we haven't really had a DN that can do that in a while.
And he's gonna have an opportunity to play pretty early because I feel like we haven't really recruited DN that great over the last couple of years, and we supplemented with the portal this year, but it was like Patrick Payton, Pyburn, Troy Butler. They're all out of eligibility, I believe. So.
Yeah,
if he's good and he's top 100 player, like he'll have an opportunity to get some run year one.
I agree. He's got some length, long arms. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if one, maybe even two of these freshmen step in immediately. I have to imagine maybe Relaford was probably in that starting lineup next year.
Gotta be. We missed
For
him bad
sure.
when he went
He missed
down.
him bad, and I don't know what McKinley's going to be looking like if he's going to
Yeah.
be around.
Yeah, yeah.
I haven't heard any. I mean, after his
I
brother
think
at Ohio State, I thought he might be a gone.
Yeah, there's some rumors of that.
I think I think we're definitely gonna get some interior D linemen in the portal this year.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Can't
be
I
surprised.
rely
thought
on.
the Ahmad Bro hitting the portal was pretty telling, just because I feel like you could probably read the writing on the wall from that. Like he was actually decent. I don't know how high his ceiling is, but he stepped up last year big time when we needed someone, and I think he was decent this year. But the fact that he's out the door makes me think like one, these dudes we're bringing in. I mean, they're going to play,
Yeah,
and yeah, I think even with the 3 5 stars on the D line coming in, you are still going to need like some veteran guys. You need to go out and get like a equivalent, like a Gooden or something along the lines of that. And you're definitely going to need edge. Like we're going to have to hit the portal hard for an edge because I'm not going to feel great if it's just Shanklin and Trenton Henderson like
yeah.
freshman tandem out there next year. But I'm
Yeah.
not too worried about them
It's
not
also
moving there.
I think it's also like SEC, like you want you want experienced veteran guys like juniors,
Mm-hmm.
seniors, like pushing those young guys. You don't want those guys coming in and starting right away. Obviously,
Yeah.
on the line, it's not like skill positions where it's not as your size isn't as apparent of an issue. Um, but I think we'll definitely hit the portal pretty hard on the D line. Is what I would expect, especially. I mean, just all across it, edge, interior.
Nah, for sure. Trying to think what other positions we're going to need. I think we might need to nab a safety.
Yeah,
It
I
sounds
know
like Cooley will
Spears.
be back. I'm cool with
Yeah,
him staying, but
I think Spears showed some good talent last,
I'm gonna need to see
but I'd
something out of him.
come out in the portal and maybe we can get a Halsey type player in the portal again. I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, but like I can see like guys like Tavano hitting the portal. Like I just can't imagine a world where he's really playing next year. And if he is, it's probably not a great sign.
yeah. I hope
Have some
not.
stamps in the portal. Someone else, another DB that didn't really play, hit the portal. Stamps was a weird one. I feel
Yeah,
like he just got
we
lapped up.
He just got beat out, man, and that was one of like not Corey's guys.
Yeah.
Like I remember he was there, and I mean like he has potential. I just don't think he really fits the scheme. Jelani Watkins also hit the portal. I mean
Oh
I don't think he.
man,
I mean
the
that's
track team is sick about that.
I just
yeah
wanted
that
to see him hit the once. Just to,
I mean, I was kind of a little butter when I saw him enter the portal because it's like we didn't even try to use him. Like the guy with that speed, you can't tell me that. Yeah, you can't jet sweep him and like make something happen. Like Auburn used to have like a crazy fast track guy, Anthony Schwartz, who like they really just do pop passes too, and like he was pretty decent for them. It's just like I don't understand why we couldn't do that. So
no.
pretty surprised to see him hit the portal just because like I just figured because he's so good at track, and I just assumed like that was his main thing. Like why would you leave LSU? But you must want to try to give football a real shot. Doesn't think he's getting his shine over here.
yeah. I
Coming
was
into
pretty.
next year, like, what's our wide receiver room going to be like? It's
I think it'll be a lot of new faces.
that's what I'm thinking too. Like,
Man-child. Apparently man-child.
I hope he stays, man, because man, Frank Wilson, like it was the Bama game or Arkansas or something, like talk about, oh yeah, he's gonna play more. So
Yeah.
I think everyone was like, oh man, he must have been like showing something all year, and it's just been like politics why he hasn't been playing. I know like Rafino had said at one point that in the spring in August in fall ball that he thought Francis was like one of the better receivers we had, and it's just like he hasn't even got a chance to get on the field. So I'll feel a type of way if he transfers, and we never gave him a shot.
Yeah, we still got what is it like Philip Wright? Is that right?
Yeah,
right.
Philip Wright
he's supposed to
there.
be doing
I
pretty
mean,
decently
it's
too.
like, you know, who knows? I mean, if you're those guys and you're young, it's like, why wouldn't you give it another year? See how it works with Kiffin? Like, I mean, you know, I just don't get if you're an offensive player like the appeal to leave unless it's kind of like forced. You know how they
Right.
kind of force you out, but. if you are as good as they were saying, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's going to matter to Lane Kiffin how much we're paying you guys. So, or
Right.
hopefully it shouldn't.
With the coach change, I mean, coaching staffs, they'll kind of get set in their ways and they have their pecking order on players. Like with the coach switch up, I wouldn't be surprised. Some fresh eyes on it. They might see like, hey, I don't know why they playing this guy Manchild or
Yeah. And
guy.
his name is Lily Manchild. I'm not even going to try at any point of the season to put him on the field.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it sounds like if you're just boys with Hankton,
Well,
you'll probably end up on the field.
Is if you're running a train with them.
Yeah, apparently they get real tight today.
Yeah.
You can bring Hankton some huzz, you'll get on the field.
Okay, Sean.
Maybe Hankton should have brought the Huzz out and a couple more of those 5-star recruitments, and things would be a little bit different.
Might be a bad model.
Yeah.
One thing I did think I was gonna say about the coaching staff is I do think it is nice and different than like when Brian Kelly came in. That seems like we're probably gonna have like 4, maybe 5 Ole Miss coaches coming, or coaches and on the field analysts. Like I feel like that's gonna help with the offense, not having to like have coaches figure out what their offensive system was, because I felt like that was definitely a problem. I mean, probably year one with Denbrock, just kind of figuring out his scheme and molding into that, as well as with Joe Salone. So I think that's just something that'll be nice, just having like 4 or 5 coaches that are like, hey, we know Lane Kiffin's system, we know the expectations, we know what we need to be doing at our position, and then kind of just filling the gaps there with the other coaches. So I'm excited for that compared to like when Brian Kelly came in.
No, yeah, you're right. When Brian Kelly came in, there was a lot of like change. Like he obviously fired everyone. He brought in Denbrock, but not a lot of Notre Dame people followed him. They stayed back with Freeman, and he cleared out the defensive staff. So it was a lot of people that hadn't worked together as well, and not to mention he hired a lot of coaches that just at the end of the day didn't work out the first go around. And that's, I think, with Kiffin will be so nice. Not only he's bringing his whole offensive staff and he's like the guru behind that offense, so that's covered. But you're meshing that with the defensive staff that's also all been here and has all the relationships. So that's why I don't think it's, even though the schedule is hard next year, I could see us being able to contend if we hit the portal hard enough.
Yeah, and I mean it's also hard as of now. You know what I mean? Like I mean, how many teams were supposed to be good this season and flopped? So
yeah, us and Clemson.
I was gonna say a little more broader topic, but what'd y'all think of like the playoff that came out?
They did the right thing. Like I was gonna be ticked off if they put in Notre Dame over Miami, because it's like, why would you ever play one of these big week 1 games if you win, but you falter later in the year, that team that you beat that has the same record of you gets in. But they did the right thing. They probably just didn't go about it in the right way. Like they've had Notre Dame ranked above them, even though they probably knew they were going to do this whole time. So I don't really have a problem with it, honestly. The problem I have is like the group of 5 teams, but that's the rules they have in place. So it sounds like they're going to change it next year, the year after, to 16 or whatever. So I don't think they understand. It's always going to be a problem. When we had 4, the 5 and 6 were pissed off. When you have 12, 13, 14, 15 are pissed off. When you get to 16, it's going to be 17, 18, 19. Like, you're not going to be able to escape these teams that get pissed off when they don't get left in, which is why I like 4 the best. The most I ever wanted to do was 8, and you give the first top 2 seeds a bye. But it's whatever. It's getting to the March Madness point now.
Okay, yeah. I like the 12 teams. I just think, they can probably adjust the rules a little bit to where it's not like conference winners and things like that. Like, I don't think there needs to be 2 group of 5 teams in there, but that's the rules in place. So
I mean, I was in the same boat. Like, I mean, I thought there's no way in hell you can put Notre Dame in over Miami. Like, regardless, like the games have to mean something. You lost head to head. Also, Notre Dame, you didn't play anybody really the entire season. Then the 2 teams you did play, you lost. And also, people that were trying to say Bama should have been like left out. It was like I heard this and I thought this was like the best way to like describe that. It's like Bama got extra credit. Yeah, they failed that extra credit, but it's like you can't set a precedent of
Right.
you go to the conference championship, we're now going to leave you out. Don't think it's dumb. You're putting Tulane and JMU in. Yeah, like that
Yeah.
really doesn't make any sense. Is that by the rules? Yeah, like that's kind of dumb. They should fix that. I wish they would not expand it more because it's just not going to change anything. And if they do expand it, I'm assuming they're probably going to take away the conference championship, and it might just be like a record-based thing because
Yeah.
it's like
Which would
if you
suck.
have
That would really
16
suck.
games. I mean, I guess you know, it's like you where how long's the schedule going to be at that point?
Right.
So
Right. Yeah, and you don't want to penalize, two of the the teams make the conference championship when they're going to have to play 3-4 more games, and you're letting in so many other people, and they're going to be fresher. So yeah, I agree. I don't know what's going to happen there. I feel like if they wouldn't have let Bama in, it would have completely blown up. No one would have played a conference championship game at that point because it's like, what's the point of me doing this? The goal is to win a national championship, and I'm risking it all for the SEC title. Like, it's just at the end of the day, it's not necessarily worth it.
yeah, I'm glad they did do that. And also, I mean, I think it was kind of like an emotional decision by Notre Dame, like just declining their bowl game because they were pissed they didn't get it. I was
Yeah.
like, that's kind of like, I mean, I don't know. I thought that was for what Notre Dame thinks they are as a program. I thought that was a pretty classless move on their part because
Yeah.
it's like also you're just hurting yourself. Like you
Right,
just
you don't get
lost
any of
what
those
like
practices.
yeah,
Yeah.
15 practices. You don't get to see any of the young guys. I don't know. I thought that was kind of a like very like knee jerk reaction. Like, oh, we're not in the playoff. Like, screw you guys. We're just not playing a bowl. And it's like, well, I mean, you're just kind of hurting yourself at this point.
Yeah. I saw interviews like they apparently went to their team captains and they asked if they wanted to do, and it was pretty consensus. They wanted them to go and spend Christmas with their families and not practice.
Oh,
Absolutely seedless in my opinion.
yeah.
Go out, play your freshmen. It's like bowl game. I expect LSU heavy man child.
Yeah. Hopefully. Well, that's
But-
my thing. Is like, yeah, okay, if they went to the captains and asked them to vote, I'm like, yeah, maybe if I'm the captain of Notre Dame, I'm probably like NFL bound or something. Yeah, I probably wouldn't want to play in the bowl game either. But it doesn't count against your red shirt. You get all these extra practices to develop your young guys with them, like going into the game as the starters. Like, that's how Nussmeier got his first start. When the Jay Daniels didn't play. It's like last year, Tyree Adam, when Will Campbell declared for the draft, and Weston Davis. Like, that didn't really work out. They got the start and do a whole month of practice being like the first string and then playing a game. So, yeah,
I think that's
soft, pretty selfish decision, I think.
But I mean, it's Notre Dame.
I mean, it's right on par, and also to like, I think that's kind of soft to be like, oh, it was our team captains making the decision. It's like, dude, what are we
Would've thrown
doing,
them under the
man?
bus.
Yeah, like classic Notre Dame. Just, I mean, will they ever win a national title?
Yeah,
I mean, we'll never find out.
I think
Not
there's-
this
Probably
year.
not.
Yeah. I mean, that's
What do we think about the robot line markers for fifth stock, man? If you would have joined the stream when we start, you would have heard all these things, man. You're so behind, so you're gonna have to go back and watch that.
Go ahead and pick
And stock.
we'll clip it.
K-State to cough up $500K for opting out. I mean, dude, that's ridiculous. Paying money not to play a bowl game. I mean, that's just pathetic. LSU is the perfect example. In between O and Brian Kelly, we had like 35 people on the team, didn't have a quarterback, we had a receiver playing quarterback, and we went out and played against K-State. So the fact that you're paying money not to play in the bowl game is absolutely pathetic, in my opinion.
Yeah. Shout out to Kirkland, LSU legend, for going out there for swinging the rock.
Hey, he threw a Malik a nice touchdown in that game.
I forgot about that.
So I guess to wrap it up, I mean, I guess we can talk about what we think about this Houston draw in the Texas Bowl. We're back here in NRG Stadium again.
Feels
Played
like
Baylor last time. The only thing I would like to see is, like Booty said, I'd like to see Manchild play. Like, I don't want to see him rotate. I don't want to see him start. I don't want to see Destin Hill. I don't want to see Nick Anderson. I want to see some of these young guys. I want to see Phillip Wright. And then, look, Juwan Johnson's on Twitter campaigning to change his position for the seventh time to quarterback. I say fuck it. If Van Buren goes out there and goes straight out for his drive, dude, let's let Juwan Johnson play just so we can get this out of his system, because all of a sudden I'm starting to see all these accounts are posting his LCA highlights thing, and it's like, man, I don't believe in it, but let's just get it out of our system and beat this game and see what happens.
I'll tell you right now, I don't think there was one positive report about Jawan Johnson at quarterback the entire spring he
No.
was out there. But I mean, hey,
Oh,
why not? Let's. I mean, first of all, feels like a home game. We're back in Houston. I mean, that's basically Louisiana at this point. Same bowl. Um, I think it will be cool though. I guess like in all seriousness, since like the offensive staff, like I want to see the other players, but it's like the offensive staff still sucks. But I will like to see some of the younger guys on defense since we'll be keeping that staff. So that'll be like the one thing that'll be looking for. I mean, odds of us winning this game, who knows? I mean,
I don't feel great about it, to be honest with you, because I feel like it's still LSU, like from Houston. I'm sure they're going to want to beat us. Like their players are going to be looking at it like, we can go get the big dog program, and our players are just fucking picking their nose waiting to get through the season. So I think we might lose. I don't know what Houston's opt-out situation is, but I mean, they're pretty decent, right? I mean, they hovered in the top 25, and I mean, how many points you guys think we'll score that game? Like, fuck.
I don't know. We need
Maybe
to
14 if we're lucky.
We might get a pick six.
That's just saying, yeah.
we'll get top 5 and then throw it back. But I don't know. I'd like to see a lot of new kids on defense. Like I'd like to see Charles Ross.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Houston's ranked for this game, fellas.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, they're gonna be looking at this like, oh, we can go get LSU.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be a great victory. Their coaches are gonna be like, gonna try to parlay that. Oh yeah, we beat LSU. So you had to ask me today with Frank Wilson, Brad Davis, Cortez Hankton running the offense. I probably think we lose that game.
Yeah, and
I
big on it, but I'm fine with them just going fun, test out the young guys. But
yeah,
all these small schools are like, oh, look at you lost to
some bowl game, man.
Wide receiver, player.
Only thing is maybe these guys might be trying hard, just trying to make sure they don't have to leave and go in the transfer portal, get cut.
Yeah,
that's the only way I can be pissed off by this game is if they just like continue to play the guys they played all year. Like, I honestly don't even care about losing. But yeah, if I'm not seeing Teron Francis, I'm not seeing Phil Lindsay, I'm not seeing guys like Charles Ross, guys. Shanklin is a guy who he played like 2 series against Southeastern all year, and he had a sack. Like, I want to see those guys get real run against like a decent team. And I guess Houston being ranked, I guess is good because it's like it's real comp. It's not like when we played Purdue and it's just like they were the worst team ever. You don't really learn anything from that. So
you know what
should be something interesting.
Unfortunately, you know what we're gonna. Chris Hill, Nuke strolling in the zone after he kept 3 touchdowns for no reason. Hadn't seen it all year.
I don't even know what to say about Chris Hilton, man. I don't know if it's his fault. I don't know if it's everybody else's fault. But, I mean, they were talking about him as like here, what account was saying it in the spring or the fall, like, thinking he could win the Bolitnikoff. Like, and he didn't even have 100 yards the whole season. Like, it's just – and, again, it's like no one did good, though. So it's like at the end of last year, he looked like fucking Tyreek Hill of college football. But
yeah, Baylor in the bowl game.
This year they want to throw him like screen passes, which that's obviously not his game. I mean, he's like the skinniest guy on the team. So just nothing we did on offense made sense this year. So.
Yeah, Chris Holden's the biggest off-season hype train receiver I hear every year. I mean, he
like,
looks amazing every season.
Would it surprise y'all if like next year he gets picked in the 7th round and he ends up like having like a Miko Hardman type career in the NFL? Like, I wouldn't be surprised by that, but it'll just be like, dude, like how many of these guys do we waste?
Who's that guy that was on the Bucks? That's like the same guy from LSU.
Trey Palmer. Yeah,
Russell Gage, Trey Palmer. It's like
guys
like
forget,
that. Like,
Tampa Bay's got your boy Josh Williams, RB. Although he popped for PEDs and got suspended.
Man, he's just trying to keep up, man. He's small guy, just trying to stay big for the league.
Maybe. Oh shit! All right. Anything else y'all want to talk about before we close this hour? Coming up at exactly an hour.
Nope.
Man,
Excited to see what our team looks like after that portal. I can't wait to just look at the team up and down and convince myself we're going to win a natty.
I just gotta say, there's been a lot of hate at LSU from the national media. Let me tell you, we're happy to be the villain, and the SEC should be rumbling in their boots. Because
Yeah.
what he did at Ole Miss, he has LSU resources, so I'm excited.
Yep. I think that's a good way to end it.
Shout out
Coach
the
Mafia on a Tuesday. Good weekly recap.
Shout out
Back
Barrett,
tomorrow.
Russo. Shout out Ethan
Shout
Shout out
out
Scott.
guys in the
Froman.
chat.
Shout out
Scare
Froman.
Russo,
Shout out Gold Standard.
Dan.
LSU
Even
fan.
Stock, we gotta get you in the chat earlier. We're not gonna answer questions that were already addressed.
Here earlier.
So, all right. Till next time. Signing off.
Later, y'all.